What is up, guys? Jeremy here, and welcome back to another Best Tweaks video. If you guys want to discover more awesome tweaks, be sure to check out the Best Tweaks playlist I have listed down in the description if you guys do enjoy this tweak tutorial. Like I said, you can find a ton more tweaks in that playlist. And also, if there's any other tweaks on my device that I don't mention that you're curious about, I have probably covered it in a previous video. And like I said, that playlist link is in the description. Now anyways, we're going to go over some tweaks on my device currently. Some of these I've actually covered in the past, but I wanted to cover them again just because I really do enjoy using them. And I'm really digging the setup I got on my XS Max right now. It's kind of a great combination of tweaks, and I think it looks really cool. Now before we get into the tweak list, I do want to mention an incredibly useful application for anybody that's jailbroken and into installing tweaks. It's called iOS Repo Updates. So if we go ahead and launch this application, it's actually not an application, it's just a shortcut for a website from Safari. So just visit this website through Safari and then you can add it to your home screen. As you guys can see there, it's got kind of a cool looking icon. It's almost like Cydia with like a refresh little icon below it. But basically the way this works is if you type in a tweak, we'll just use Axon for example. Just make sure you spell the tweak 100% correctly and then go ahead and click on search. It'll tell you where you can get that tweak, basically what repo you need to add to Cydia, Zebra, installer, whatever you're using. As you guys can see here is Axon, and I know this is the active one. There is an old repo right here. This one doesn't work anymore. As you can see, it does say new there. So if you click on the name there, it will display the repo you need in order to get the tweak at the top. And it's really handy. You just click the little add drop down menu there, and as you can see, you can add it to Cydia, add it to installer, Cilio, and Zebra. So incredibly useful application / web page to have on your device if you guys are into tweaks. I'll leave the link for it down in the description. But anyways, the first tweak I got for you guys is called Board Banner. I've covered this in the past and I just really like it with this setup. I think it looks really, really good. It basically changes the banner notification on your device from being kind of like a bubble, I guess you could say, a free floating bubble, to just a board. And I think it looks really cool. So if we do a test banner, as you guys can see, that's what it looks like. You can change the background color from black to dark to white. And I think the black just looks really good with the notch devices, even though I am hiding my notch on this, but I'll switch it over to the dark mode and do a test banner for that. As you guys can see, that's what it looks like. And there's also the white default kind of look, but my tweak Notchless is overriding it, so it'll just appear to be the dark style anyways, just because I have my device in dark mode. But very cool tweak called Board Banner 12. Next up, we got the tweak I searched for in iOS Repo Updates, and it is called Axon. It's a very, very nice lock screen tweak. As you guys can see, it's basically Priority Hub for iOS 12. It groups all of your notifications by application. As you guys can see here, all the different applications. And then if you want to view those notifications, you can just click on the icon just like so, and then you can view them, you can clear them. Basically do whatever you want. I have a ton on here that I just haven't cleared just because I wanted to show you guys in video what it does look like. And I just really like this tweak. There's a ton of customization with it. You can really change the style. There's a lot to tinker with within the tweak to really change the appearance of it. And it's just a really awesome tweak. Again, that is called Axon. Next up, we got a couple of Respring logos, just because I really haven't covered many Respring logos in a long time, and I wanted to show you guys a couple. So the first one is called Rainbow Apple logo. As you guys can see there, just replaces the loader wheel with a rainbow retro Apple logo, and I think it's really simple and it just looks really nice. The next one I have for you guys is really cool as well. It's actually an animated Respring logo. So if we go into SnowBoard here, we go into select theme, we'll go ahead and disable the Apple one, and we'll go down here and select on the Checkm8 Respring. I'll enable that, and then we'll apply the changes here really quickly. So now we can exit out of SnowBoard. Maybe it's a little laggy. I have so many themes in there, as you guys can see, which results in it being a bit laggy. Let's go ahead and do a Respring, and this is the Checkm8 one. I think this looks really, really cool. It's animated. It's glitchy looking. It's got a little loading bar. I think that's just a really cool looking Respring logo or animated logo. So those are the two Respring logos I got for you guys. Again, it's called Rainbow Apple logo and Checkm8 Respring. LongerCallButton is free, it's simple, and it does one thing to your phone application is it makes the call button longer. So instead of being a little circle, as you can see, it's just a long button. It's free, it's super simple, there's no settings to configure, and I think it looks really cool. Again, it's called LongerCallButton. No 3D lines is another free tweak. And if we go ahead and force touch on an application here, if I can do it without knocking my device over, as you can see, it basically just removes the line separators in between each section of the 3D touch menu, and it gives it a very clean and simple look. If we go ahead and not open YouTube and force touch it, as you can see there, that's what that one looks like. Basically just removes those lines. It's free, it's simple, and I just really like the minimalistic look. 13 HUD brings the iOS 13 style volume HUD to iOS 12, and in my opinion it is so much better than the old iOS 12 volume HUD with the annoying pop-up in the middle. I think it's simple and it's just really nice to have on iOS 12. Again, that's called 13 HUD. Vesta is a really cool tweak. It's basically an app drawer for iOS. So if we swipe up from the top portion of the dock here, as you guys can see, this is Vesta, and like I said, it's just an app drawer. It has a list of all the applications on your device. Super simple. It just reminds me kind of like an Android device by having an app drawer. I really like using it. You can also still get to your multitasking by swiping up from below the dock. So you got your below the dock there, and then above the dock is what invokes Vesta. Very, very cool tweak if you guys want an app drawer. Again, that's called Vesta. Clean home screen is a nice tweak to have for those of you that really want to hide a bunch of stuff on your device. If we go into clean home screen here, as you can see, you can remove a bunch of stuff. You have notification badges, dock background, I use that, app names, home screen page dots, status bar, lock screen page dots, unlock text, just a bunch of stuff. And this allows you to hide all of these different elements to just give your device a more simple and minimalistic look. I really like using the tweak. Again, that's called Clean Home Screen. Now we're going to get into SnowBoard. Now, if you guys don't know what SnowBoard is, obviously it's a tweak that allows you to theme your device. Now, by default, SnowBoard doesn't come with a whole lot of stuff. Basically, you can't have these icon effects like I have. You can't have this blurred dock effect at the bottom there. You can't use Respring logos. You need a bunch of extensions. And I'm actually really glad I found this, because I was using Anemone just because I liked the icon effects. But I switched back to SnowBoard now just because I found all these extensions, which I think makes SnowBoard so much better. So if we go into our sources here and we swipe down, and the source is the SparkDev source right there. This is where you can get all of these different SnowBoard extensions. I'll just go in here to show you guys what I have installed so far. There's a ton to choose from. You got your SnowBoard dock extension. That's how I got that blurred kind of effect below the icons. You have your icon effects, your icon masks. You also have the respring. So if you want to use animated resprings or respring logos like I showed you guys, you will need that extension. And then you also have the settings icon extension there as well. Another thing I wanted to add here before we back out of this repo is in the utilities, you can actually get a SnowBoard application, which I like having. Of course, you can access SnowBoard from settings, but it's cool to have a standalone application that you can just hop into and change the themes on your device. So that's a bunch of different stuff for SnowBoard in specific, and that's how I've themed my icons and made my device look the way it does, also using those Respring logos. So a bunch of great extensions. Again, I'll leave that all listed down in the description. Now on to the widgets of my device, which I really enjoy. So I have this widget down here which does display the clock, the date, the outside temperature of my current location, and the battery percentage. I have it there just because I don't have anything in my status bar. So it's nice to have that to be able to see what my battery percentage is. And then I have this really nice clock up here. Now, this is called Aero Clock, and then this widget is SB20, I believe. We can go into tweaks here, go into Zen HTML. That's the tweak I'm using to enable these widgets. Go to the home screen, go to the background widget, and there is the names of the two widgets that I'm using. the Aero Clock, and then the SBEW20 is the name for it there. I do have a ton of widgets on this device, and those are the ones I just like using currently for this setup. The next tweak I got for you guys is called Notchless. I'm sure you guys could probably tell that my device appears to not have a notch. Some people might like it, some people might hate it. I've been enjoying using it, but I'm probably going to switch back to having the notch just because I personally do like the notch. But it's a cool tweak for those of you that don't want a notch on your device. As you can see, it is system-wide. As I go into the App Store, there is no notch there. Now, I do have all my status bar items hidden with clean home screen, but when you're not using Notchless, clean home screen will hide the status bar on this home screen here. But once you go into an application, it will display the clock, the battery, the Wi-Fi, your connectivity, and all that. So it will be displayed. But for some reason, Notchless overrides it and hides it everywhere. But I think Notchless looks pretty cool. Like I said, for those of you that don't like a notch on your device, as you can see, it's on the lock screen there as well. So pretty cool tweak. Again, that's called Notchless. And the last tweak I got for you guys is called IconTweak. It's pretty cool. So if we force touch on an application, as you can see, there is the section for IconTweak. You can go ahead and select on it, and as you can see, it allows you to do certain things with that application. You can open in Files, you can rename the application, you can set custom badges, you can copy the bundle ID for those of you that are into theming, and then you can open the app. Now, that's just for settings. Certain applications have different options. So if we force touch on YouTube and then we open up the IconTweak there, as you can see, you have open in Files, data, rename, set badges. You can clear the caches of that application. You can back up data. You can remove all user data, and then also copy bundle ID and open application. So a very functional tweak to have on your device, and it's called IconTweak. Alright, one thing I wanted to show you guys before I close out this video is what I was talking about with Notchless and clean home screen. As you can see, I have disabled Notchless. Let's go ahead and end the screensaver here. I have disabled Notchless. So if we go into our device, as you guys can see, there's nothing displayed in the status bar. It's all hidden. But what's nice about clean home screen is, like I said, once you open an application, it will display your normal status bar items. And for some reason, Notchless disables that. I wish it didn't. I wish I could keep it hidden here on the home screen, but still displayed within applications. But I really like the clean home screen, how it disables it only on the lock screen and home screen, but still displays that useful information within an application. So very cool tweak. But anyways, that's all the tweaks I got for you guys in this video. I had a bunch of them lined up. The list is down in the description for those of you that do want to download and try out any of these tweaks or themes or Respring logos on your device. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely throw me a thumbs up. That really helps me out a lot here at the channel. And if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future, don't forget to click that subscribe button. This has been Jeremy, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Later.